I can't speak on behalf of all African Americans or all Africans, but thank you, man. I mean, we're very proud of you and what you've done, and what you're doing is amazing, because I can't think, in the history of hip hop or R&B, somebody like yourself doing anything like this, man. So it's very, I appreciate that.
No, thank you, man, for the support, for sure.
Because we know about the plight of our people, and there's a connection. Of course, we come from Africa too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get y'all over there.
Exactly, right.
I'm trying to get y'all over there, man, so y'all can reap the benefits of all the stuff that's happening right now. Like, Africa's being rebuilt, the infrastructure, and the energy sector, the agriculture. There's so many opportunities to make money, and it just pains me to have to come home and watch, my brothers and sisters work 2-3 jobs, and have or even for the ones that are successful, have all this money sitting in the bank and dealing with tax issues and stuff like that. When there's so much they could be doing there, from the investment stuff, all the opportunities from job creation. I mean, literally, y'all can go back home and live like kings and queens, literally. But so much fear was pumped, in the environment and in the brains of education, that people are just afraid to go, not realizing that was the whole purpose, to stop you from having that advanced opportunity. Because if you could just be here and work, and be slaved and work, of course it benefits the United States. Even though you are a U.S. citizen, but you should be able to, pretty much, you could say, evolve and get opportunity brought back to you from your own heritage, and get the advances and the opportunities given to you from Africa itself. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of it.
That's one of the principles of Kwanzaa. Cooperative work and economics. Us pulling our money together as African people, working together, building each other up, building our own schools, our own libraries, our own hospitals, our own banks, and coming up together. I mean, what's wrong with that?
It's actually nothing wrong with that. I mean, the Chinese do it. You see where they are today. The Jewish do it. You see where they are today. Caucasians do it. You see where they are today. We the only ones that don't do it.
Why is that? Why?
You see where we are today.
It's crazy.
It is. I mean, but ultimately, it's a matter of us trusting. I think it's more of a trust factor than it is anything else. We got to trust each other as who we are as a people. And I think the unity of it is the part that we lack, and that's the part that actually strengthens us. So we was brought up to be separated. They figured out a way where they always used us against each other. And before you know it, they know as long as we stay separated, we can never advance. And that's probably the truest thing ever. So all we got to do is actually, we got to just break through that and come together. We want to see each other make it, support each other, and empower each other.
I want to talk about the stigma, because you did mention something a few minutes ago, and it's clearly related to the fact that people still think, African Americans and even white people, think that Africa is this dark place.
Absolutely. And
Talk
it's probably
about
the brightest place you're ever going to see. The only thing dark about it is the rural areas that don't have electricity. But that's only at night. And we're fixing that problem as we speak. But I think we just have to re-educate ourselves to it. And I think, believe me, the environment that people are living in today is actually fairly well. Like, you're not living in a bad position. Like, believe it or not, I think people here they take for granted everything that they have. Like, Americans live so good.
We spoiled.
So spoiled. And I think, and it's not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. That means the government is doing their part. But you would never know that unless you travel outside the United States. Because right now, everyone's complaining about what the government is not doing. But I promise you, if you leave outside the U.S. and you see how others are living and the environments that they're in, compared to what and how you guys are living now, y'all be dropping gift bags to the White House when y'all get home.
Right.
Like U.S., the structure itself has been set up so, you could say, I mean, it's powerful, man, how good it is you guys got it. So you shouldn't take anything for granted. But I think I would suggest that you guys, everyone get a passport and just travel outside the United States just to see how blessed you guys are.
Right. Travels make you wiser, right?
Absolutely, clearly do.
Okay, so you talked about your lighting project. Break it down, man. I mean, I'm seeing here that you're promoting an initiative, the global, to affect all kinds of people in Africa, especially children. And you're talking about solar equipment in households. Talk about that too, man. That's important.
Of course. I mean, we all know the energy problem in Africa. We have a huge energy crisis in Africa. So, but one thing I do realize, and as I was getting into it, I noticed I was trying to find the quickest solution for the problem. And one thing I did realize was that Africa never run out of sun. We have nothing but sun available to us. That's the blessing that we do have. And if we take the solar direction, we can build the energy economy a lot quicker there, and to lead a lot of the energy crisis there. So we decided to go all in the rural areas where there was no light and install energy, like solar energy, lights, light poles, home systems, and at the same time while we're doing that, we're also empowering the locals and training them on how to install the equipment, how to maintain the equipment, and then more than anything to be like the general manager in those areas. We pick somebody from that community to keep them working, so that way the community is actually being provided jobs there. So we empowering the people at the same time, giving them light.